Hello everyone and welcome back to Void Space Alpha. My name is Ollie and today we're jumping into some more 1v1 ranked on Starcraft, still reeling from our loss against a Terran player who, I was going to say rushed, but it wasn't a rush because we lost at like 8 minutes, so that definitely doesn't count as a rush. But he dropped a load of siege tanks and marines in our main and we were not prepared for it at all. So again, if you have any strategies or feedback or help for that, comment down below. But we're going to focus on this game now and try just our normal strategies, because, you know, at least I've won some games with our normal strategies. So yeah, there is that. I haven't played this map before, actually. This is a new one for me. And again, I didn't even see what the enemy player was running with. So I don't know if it's Terran or Protoss or whatever. But yeah, we're going to try and keep SCV production good, and we're going to try to actually do some research. That is our learning point so far from the majority of the feedback that we've had. As soon as the barracks goes down and the next SCV is out, we are going to get our refinery up. And because I'm terrified of a rush, we're going to go second supply depot down there. Going to keep producing everything down, and I might just get a marine out prior to this going down. Second barracks. Another SCV out. Queued up, and then as soon as this is done, actually, we're going to take this guy out on a little scout. He's definitely not going to make it home, but he's going out on a scout. Got our reactor down a little bit slow there. Second refinery, because we don't have enough Vespene gas for our factory.
You require more Vespene gas. Bad news? You've not enough Vespene gas.
There we go. We've got our factory going down. We've got that coming out. Okay, it's Protoss. It's Protoss, so we know that we're going to want marines.
The enemy is attacking your SCVs.
Okay, we've done our scouting. And then as soon as this is done, we're going to get the tech lab on here. He is going zealots, so I'm thinking siege tanks. I don't know if that's the correct thing to do.
Add-on complete.
Getting the expansion down.
You have not enough minerals.
Let's just continue to oversaturate our base, which we don't have supply for.
Your mineral reserves are insufficient. You must construct additional supply depots.
Jeez, okay, we've supply blocked ourselves, or managed to.
You have not enough minerals. You've insufficient supply depots.
Okay.
You've not enough supply. Assemble more depots.
Right, let's get that going to a orbital. That's going now, that's going now. You need to go on there. You need to go on there.
You scared me. Armed and ready. Been waiting on you.
Command center successfully upgraded. You must construct additional supply depots.
Okay.
You've insufficient supply depots.
Yeah, I know we've got insufficient supply depots. It's kind of the problem at the moment.
Your mineral reserves
This better be good.
Okay, let's push out.
Orders? Affirmative.
Let's continue to build at home.
the numbers.
He could be going air, he could be doing anything for all I know. My scouting has achieved absolutely nothing, but at least we did some.
SCV ready. We could use some help here. Want a piece of me, boy? Who wants some?
Okay,
Roger that. Aye, aye, sir.
there we go. We did inflict some casualties.
On my way. Go, go, go.
Let's micro these in. See if we can actually make use of our siege tank. We want to drop that pylon. Here we go, whatever that was, it's not going to happen now. Let's focus down these stalkers. Let's keep our economy going because there's no guarantee that this push is going to work. More stalkers warping in. He's going down here.
Sure. Gangway. Coming through. Why not?
There we go. Second wave tips up.
SCV ready.
Those are down. They're depowered. I know that much.
By the numbers. Go, go, go. Wait. This better be good.
Okay, we kind of got him blocked in. That's okay. We can take this. We can take this.
We could use some help here. Gangway. Coming through.
We can just focus these down. There we go. Okay, did we get the combat shields going? We did not. Let's continue to harass his economy. He's going for a pylon there, definitely. We want to take down these gateways so he can summon less shit in.
Sure. Outstanding. Fueled up, ready to go.
See if we can supply block him.
Go, go, go. Armed and ready.
Okay.
Numbers going. Ready to roll out.
He has going uber defensive.
Your command center has been upgraded. You've not enough supply. Assemble more depots. Mineral field exhausted. Perhaps it's...
I don't want
Must
fucking
construct
SCVs
additional
going over
supply
there.
depots. You cannot build there.
Keep you shut up. Been waiting on you.
Your research has completed. Not all battles are won through numbers alone. You've insufficient supply depots.
Okay, we're running out of
A
supply.
mineral field has been depleted. You must construct additional supply depots.
Oh shit, fuck that up.
By the numbers, boy. Go ahead.
Upgrade complete. Make use of this surge in potential. You've gathered all available. You've not enough supply. Assemble more depots.
This better.
Okay,
I'm on it. Sure.
let's at least take that down.
You've insufficient supply depots.
It's gone for immortals. Let's focus that down. Let's focus these down.
Additional supply depots.
Okay, let's get in there. There we go. Okay. We actually won against the Protoss, and I feel like we used our units correctly, which was a nice feeling. I'm really sorry if there was pause breaks in there where I really wasn't saying much. It's just because I was concentrating so hard. I'm not fantastic at talking and concentrating at the same time. Let's get units up. So yeah, obviously start the game with worker parity. That's completely normal. Let's knock the speed up a bit. What I'm expecting to see from the Protoss is a pylon. Wasn't expecting to see a pylon wall. That doesn't seem normal. So yeah, we're literally doing exactly the same thing. right here. I would have expected him to put his pylon a bit more central because then he can build more units. He's going for a gateway. I guess he's kind of making a funnel. That's normal for Protoss players. Yeah, and he's going for the early reactor / assimilator as well. So we're kind of on parity with that. Ours is up exactly at the same time as his, actually, which is super interesting to see. Gateway's still not up, but barracks is up now, so we're slightly ahead on that. Did not capitalise on those few seconds that we were ahead because we're not producing anything. We're waiting to have the gas to get our reactor down. He's immediately into his expansion, right? And I feel like one thing I actually did well was scouting. All the scouting told me was that he was going TOS. If I was really paying attention, I'd have seen that this was a cybernetics core, and he was going into an expansion early on. He brings in a Zealot, which blocks us and takes out an SCV. That's fine. 22 to 24, parity on workers in favour of the Protoss. We get the tech lab down on there in the factory. I feel like we were quite smooth on this, actually. And we're just building Marines. At the moment, it's 5 Marines to 1 Zealot. If I'd have known that, I'd have pushed. You know, he was building nothing, but you know, he's starting to warp in his Stalkers now. He's got 2 assimilators here, but no workers on them. He's got 2 assimilators up the top as well. So maybe he's trying to fully saturate this first prior to getting assimilators on the gas. Maybe he doesn't need the gas right now. We're going for our second, which is like at 3 minutes 50-ish. And we've got 10 Marines and 10 Marines to 2 Stalkers and 1 Zealot. Way ahead on workers, the Protoss player. So his economy is way stronger than ours, just 37, 39. I'm assuming that's because he is just constantly producing them, which is fine. And this is where we bump into him on the road. We didn't actually see the beginnings of this engagement, so let's just drop the speed down to the standard speed. But he's bringing down his 2 Stalkers here, and we are just using our tanks to just nip them through. This one nips down here. We take that one as well. Really inefficient trade there. He knows that we're going to be pushing on this lane. We'd talk about it in lanes. And pushing to his base. So, yeah, this is where I see the base. I'm assuming that these are photon cannons. So, yeah, I think I was right to focus them down. I mean, anything he's dropping as a sort of base defense, I'm going to be like, okay, let's get rid of it. Shield battery. I mean, he's trying to transition hard. Photon cannon down. And I just think there's too much going up here. Let's just get rid of the pylon that's powering it all. And yeah, now we're at 29 workers, 2 siege tanks, 11 Marines. He's got 43 workers. And a shield battery is down. He brings out his 2 observer probes over the top of our tank. That's okay. And he warps in 5 Stalkers. Right, but what he's not planning on is the fact that I'm going to hold and push my advantage and bring up more units. I realise I'm short on units here, so I continue to just keep pushing and pushing and pushing whilst more reinforcements is coming down. One thing I think I was really good at is building up the reinforcements. One thing I was bad at was remembering to do the upgrades. We're 6 minutes 12 in, I'm in his natural expansion, and I still haven't done combat shields. A lot of people ask me why I favour combat shields over stim packs, and it's a very simple answer to that. I'm terrible at micro and I forget to use the stim packs. I see that tank going down, so I figure I'll just defend this tank as best I can. He still teleports in and the tank still goes down, but he loses almost his entire army in the process. So yeah, that Stalker goes down. These guys are attacking this base. I get confused with my key presses and I end up setting the rally points for my command centers up here, which is fine because I just end up expanding up here, and I figure, you know, I've got this guy on such a back foot blocked into his natural, into his base, that having resource production and then unit production up here is not going to be necessarily a bad thing. We're taking down his pylons because we're trying to force a supply block. And then we're taking down, I don't even know if this is a thing, but I feel like if you take down the warp gates, that takes down the amount of things that people can warp in. And I think he sees that and starts warping things in, if that's how that works. I'm not, you know, I'm not totally au fait with Protoss. Bit of wasted time here, where I'm just hitting this this Nexus with some Marines. decide to take it down eventually. Realise that I forgot to hotkey my factory onto hotkey 3, so I've not been producing tanks as seamlessly as I anticipated, and realised that we've got some SCVs tipping up here. So yeah, this guy ends up building a command centre, and then the next one ends up building some supply depots, because we have supply blocked ourselves at 70, which is fine because their supply limit is only 62, and he's at 36. I stupidly placed this here. I actually think this is a good idea, so I can keep knocking his supply limit down even more. But forget to scan again and end up losing this tank because of stupidness, really, just because of really bad micro. It's okay though, because there's another tank always to replace that tank, and I can drop down this tank here and start hitting his other units. He's got another stalker coming in, and we do some damage to it before it's even built. So there's a half health stalker there. Immortals are starting to pump out now. So that is kind of that, and I'm thinking, okay, well, if I can't supply block him on the pylons, we'll take out the Nexus. That Nexus drops him 45 out of 47, and here is the final engagement. He realises he's fully blocked in. He can't blink into my tanks, and that is, to all intents and purposes, GG. Our total worker count at the end was 37, and to his 29. I mean, that base, if I could just go back to when the game is actually being played, you know, 20 workers working on a capacity of 8, ridiculously inefficient up here. So yeah, we were way ahead. Tons of unspent resources by the end because I was just focusing on microing this game. I knew that we outnumbered them militarily, and we had to have outnumbered them kind of financially as well. So in terms of resource production, financially, that is. So anyways, I feel like a good game in the sense of, well, A, we won, but also I feel like I remembered to do a little bit of research, but crucially I kept my SCV production high, and I didn't trade units poorly, or as poorly as historically I do. So with that being said, yeah, I think that's a solid win on both counts for us in terms of actually getting a win and actually doing good trades and working on a couple of our key skills. Don't get me wrong, there were times where I absolutely could have got an engineering bay down. I was thinking about that early game and dropping a turret on my bases, but that just didn't seem to be necessary. So yeah, look, I hope you all feel like I am legitimately acting on your feedback, because I do read and comment and reply to everything that you guys say to me. It blows my mind that that I haven't had a single comment yet that's like, get good, noob, or you just suck, or whatever. Like, I've just told people openly and honestly that I'm trying to get better at this game, and every piece of feedback I've had has been constructive, well thought out. I mean, some people have left like actual essays on here. Like, you know, I've had to read them, and it's been insightful stuff. It's been great. So if you're one of those people, thank you so much. If you are watching this video and you have gotten this far, do me a favor and hit the like button, comment, just say something down below, like, subscribe, share, do all that great stuff. We're at 796 subscribers at the moment, and I'd love to see that number go even higher. I can't begin to tell you how in the last week this has exploded for me in terms of collaborating with and communicating with people from all over the world that enjoy this game. So I'm really enjoying that. If you want to have a game, there's a Discord link in my video description down below. I'd be more than happy to have a game with you whenever I've got a spare 5-10 minutes. You'll be at a massive advantage because you can see all my common mistakes and exploit them. So yeah, no, appreciate it, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. There'll be a pop-up on the screen now that shows you other videos of mine that you might want to watch, and that button in the middle says subscribe. Just click it. Does me a huge favor. Thanks, everyone. Bye for now.